Hello everybody. So I am just going to record a really quick video going over the semester 1 honors project for honors English. And so the due date is January 14th on it, so you still have quite a few months to go. But I just wanted to go ahead and get it out early so you have plenty of time to work on it. And so basically what's going to happen is you're going to have to do two aspects. The first one is a research part. And so the research part, you're either going to choose to write a paper or do a PowerPoint. And so if you're writing the paper, it's 2 to 3 pages. The PowerPoint, if it was converted to a paper, should be about 2 to 3 pages. So, 12, 13 slides with a lot of information and notes. And then, so for the research paper, you're going to choose to write either an American literature era or an author. So whether you choose research paper or PowerPoint, you're doing either an era or an author. And they're both focusing on America because this is American literature. And so here's the examples of the different American literature eras you can pick from. And then once you pick an era, if this is what you're choosing to do, you're going to focus on the major events and historical effects of that time period. So like how did that time period affect who America is now or affect the current time. And then major author contributions. So who are the big authors? So you're going to give a little bit of the history of the time and then talk about how what was happening led to the literature that we see now. If you're choosing an American author, you're going to pick one American author. You're going to look up biographical information, so big events in their life, and then talk about the literary movement they were a part of. So, were they a realist? Were they a transcendentalist? And then you're going to talk about some of the works that made him or her famous. There is a huge list at the bottom of this document that you can look at if you're needing help picking an author. For a PowerPoint, it's going to be 12 to 15 slides. Research paper is 2 to 3 pages long. And so no matter what you pick for your topic, whether it's the era or the author, we're looking for double-spaced MLA format. We're looking for black font, 12-point font, Times New Roman, the usual research paper requirements. Whether it's PowerPoint or research paper, we're looking for 4 quotes that are cited. If you need help with citing, let me know. I have lots of sources to help you out. And then you need to have 4 different sources as well. So basically what your to-do list is you're going to decide, are you writing a paper, are you doing a PowerPoint, and then are you doing an era or an author? And once you've made that decision, then you're going to look at 3 different areas of concentration. So like, major things that happened in that era, the literature that came from what was going on, major authors. Those can be your 3 areas of concentration, and then you will form your thesis statement, research and collect data. I suggest you either make note cards or you make a Word document with the information so it's all in one spot for you. And then you're going to use that to write your PowerPoint or your essay. We'll proofread or edit your essay and then turn in the final draft. Again, the due date's the 14th. I'll fix that wonky T there. The due date's the 14th for everything. The second part of the paper, of the project. So the first part is you're picking either PowerPoint or essay. The second part is a multi-genre presentation. So you're going to be continuing on with whatever you picked. So if you picked, let's say you picked the Revolutionary era, and that's what you wrote about, you're now going to pick 2 of these from this list of multi-genre options. You're going to pick 2 to show that a creative side that you are, you're showing the creative side of your research. So show us your creativity and how you learned and different things. So you can write an obituary. So if you're doing, say you're doing the Revolutionary period, like I said, you could write the obituary for Thomas Paine, or you could write the obituary for Benjamin Franklin. You could do a eulogy at their funerals. Some people, you don't have to use a bubbler strip, but like they made a graphic novel to show some major events for their time period. Some people wrote fan fictions as if they were the people in that time period. Others did interviews as if they were interviewing those people in that time in their life. So you're picking 2 of these to show what you learned in a creative way. Okay. Some people made recipes of like a recipe for an American Revolution, a dash of rebellion, a cup of tea, mix it together, and you get a new country, right? So those are some examples of things that we're looking for. If you're choosing to draw and do like an anime or a comic strip, you can take a picture of it and upload it to the Dropbox. Otherwise, there's multiple. You can put multiple things into the Dropbox. So if you do a trivia game, like some people did Jeopardy, like the Revolutionary Jeopardy. If you're doing that, you can upload that, and then once that's done uploading, you can also upload your comic strip or your eulogy or your fan fiction, whatever you're choosing to do. But I'm looking for 2 of these to show that you learned something in depth about to show your in-depth knowledge of what you researched. Again, that is due on January 14th. I think I've said it 3 or 4 times now. I don't want you to forget when it's due. If you have any questions, I'm going to hold a help session. Oh, I'll go down here so you can see this as well. Look at all of these authors. These are just a few of the authors. As long as they're an American author, you're able to pick them. So I will hold a help session to go over this if you need and ask questions. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing what you come up with.